thanks for registering and joining our webinar, which is a complete drone solution, DJI Enterprise Metris 300 for aerial inspections for assets and critical infrastructure with image processing, modeling, visual, and inspection analysis. Hi, yes, we are starting the webinar now. What we're trying to cover during this webinar is DJI Metris M300RTK, a complete drone solution that can help you do aerial inspections for assets and critical infrastructure and giving you image processing, modeling, visualization, and inspection analytics. Can everybody hear me and see my screen? If you could put it on the chat box, it will be great. Just few of you to confirm you can hear me and to see my screen. Right. So good morning, everybody. Welcome to this webinar from different parts of Middle East. Thanks for taking your precious time to register and join us. And we hope this session will give you a more insight into the enterprise drones, which can be used for inspections and for analysis of the assets. Just to keep a little bit of housekeeping rules, to avoid the webinar in its fullest form, we're muted for the attendees at the moment. But in between, if you have any questions, you can open the questions box and you can always type in your questions. And the responses would be provided towards end of the webinar on a Q&A session. The session is being recorded. It will be available on demand basis. So there is nothing, you don't need to worry about the recording. The chat function is interactive, so if there is anything which you'd like to communicate, you can use the chat box, while the questions are actually to be done on the questions tab. We appreciate your kind patience and attention during the webinar, as it is going to take like say 30 to 40 minutes to show the content and to take you through a live platforms of the modeling and the inspection packages. And if there are any questions remaining unanswered during the webinar, we shall give you a direct call and discuss on the responses. To give a little bit of brief about me, I'm Sanju Matthew. I look after the enterprise drone solutions. And I have been experienced in drones and UAVs for almost 6 years in the UAE and over 16 years in geospatial mapping and reality capture industry in Middle East, in UAE and Qatar. My main passion runs on enterprise drones, mapping, inspections, reality capture, urban air mobility, drone delivery, data processing, and analytics. I'm an instrumentation engineer and I have my MBA. A little bit basics for everyone. Most of the people might know all this, but there is really a full form for drone, which is basically dynamic remotely operated navigation equipment. It can fly manually, it can fly autonomously. Then we have UAV. UAV is unmanned aerial vehicle. Generally, UAVs are meant to fly remotely and autonomous basis. UAS is an unmanned aircraft system, which is actually a combination of UAV plus the ground pilot controlling the flight, and the system both connects both. RPA is remotely piloted aircraft. So these are the four words which comes mostly in terms of UAV and the drone industry. To take you through a brief on the agenda, we have this is what we have set up for today's webinar, and we're trying to cover as much as we can to show the inspections for different sectors in terms of oil and gas, energy, transmission, and power and utilities. The benefits of using drones in inspections, applications, and user scenarios, the intelligent inspection features what the M300RTK offers, asset inspection use cases, a little overview on DJI Terra, which is the software of DJI, and that's basically for image processing, 3D modeling, and visualization of assets and properties. In addition to that, we also have platforms that can be used for 3D modeling, for digital twins, inspection analysis, and reporting. And to lastly, that's the drone inspection packages, which can be tailored for your business and your applications. So this is the agenda. You can also look at the handouts on your menu. There are two handouts which I have actually included. One is a technical data sheet and the agenda. So you can download it as during the webinar and save those files for your viewing and for reference. Introduction of DJI. As most of us would know, the brand has been very popular in the drone industry. DJI Enterprise, with no doubt, is the world-leading manufacturer for drones in enterprise and industry segment, in addition to professional and the consumer drones. Have regional offices worldwide, 15 of them, 100 plus countries and regions are operational, and more than 1,000 plus channel partners. And it's one of the world's leading manufacturer for the enterprise drones and solutions, and they still stand with innovation and ability to improve. AEROMOTUS, it's a Dubai-based company. We are a drone technology company based in Dubai. AEROMOTUS unmanned aerial vehicles. Primarily, we are a drone technology enabler in the Middle East and Africa region. We are also termed as brand partner, reseller, stockist, and service partner for DJI Enterprise drones, payloads, and software. In addition to the drones and the solutions, we also offer after-sales technical support, maintenance, and warranty support. To help you gear up into using of drones, we also provide training for the drone flights, drone RPAS training with the civil aviation approvals, training on aerial imaging software, and data analytics platform. So we try to give you a complete solution that will enable you to use drones for your business needs in terms of mapping, inspections, and site. Where are primarily drones being used? To give you a very brief high-level view, we have 5 segments. What have been drones being used is public safety, there's law enforcement and police and the government agencies, for construction in different construction sites, for engineering purpose, for BIM, electricity, oil and gas, and agriculture. The benefits of using drones in asset inspections, which is our prime topic today. The primary basics, what I have highlighted to you, is basically to streamline inspections and quality assurance. It reduces risks by protecting your workers from hazardous sites and materials while addressing your asset issues, maximizes the uptime. That means you do not have a shutdown of assets or live assets to avoid critical inspections using cameras and sensors. So you can do it while this asset is online. You get a reliable insight. You get detailed aerial data quickly at the pinpoint asset anomalies through automated repeated workflows, which again improves your efficiency. So it enhances your efficiency because you're able to do asset management with insights and automated drone flights. All put together, the most important thing for many of us would be the cost reduction, which helps you to do critical inspections with intelligent drone solutions while maintaining less cost, and improving safety. So, which is the prime concern in oil and gas and all the plant owners and the facilities where there is an improved safety standard. So drones can be used to avoid workers going on remote places and from hazardous environments. What are the applications where you can use drone inspections in 4 of the segments? That's oil and gas, electricity, energy, and water. To start with oil and gas, you can intelligently use drone solutions to manage your assets. Asset means it can be tank farm, it can be pipeline, it can be an offshore facility. So this is all we classify as assets in the drone industry. So you can make routine inspections and safety monitoring without halting any operations. You're also able to monitor and manage long pipelines along the corridor mapping. You can also detect leakages. You can do visual and thermal inspections and identify the anomalies quickly on site on a real-time basis or also on post-process basis. In terms of construction and exploration, it can collect data accurately to conduct site surveys of exploration and inform projects from design to execution. Some of the highlights of where specifically in oil and gas you can use offshore inspections for confined space monitoring inspections. You can also have ultrasonic wall thickness detectors for doing NDT testing. That can be an additional payload attached to the existing drones. You can do in-tank inspections for different type of purpose for visual and thermal. The advantage is that you have long endurance to meet the unmanned long distance pipeline. So if you're doing a pipeline inspection for leak, you're able to cover like say 8 to 10, 15 kilometers at one stretch with extended battery life of the drones, which is not possible while doing manual inspection. In terms of applications of electricity, water, and power, we have in planning and design. So you can use drones to create accurate 2D and 3D models in aerial site surveys. You can also use it for processing the construction progress. It reduces risk and personal safety. So it's basically monitoring the progress of construction in terms of grid management, and it is able to give you a detailed and accurate data in terms of inspection of assets on a real-time basis using AI platforms to do a timely repair and reducing downtime. Power generation management, this is on terms of solar plants. We have, I would say, one of the biggest solar plants happening in the UAE. So a lot of thermal inspections are required to keep these facilities up and running. So these thermal inspections can be intelligently done by drones and with the thermal cameras. Additionally, you get add the inspection platform so that you get a report on anomalies on the PV cells. So the most awaited, let's take you through the DJI M300 drone and what it can do in terms of features for the asset inspections. If you see that's the M300 with 2 payloads that is separately shown. That is, one is H20T and one is H20. H20 is basically the visual RGB payload, which is a hybrid quad sensor. It has got a long range finder, as well as it has got obstacle avoidance and other sensors, which I will take you through the next slides. So just to show how the payload and where the sensors are located, you will have a 20 megapixel 23 head hybrid optical with laser range finder. It helps you to focus on a long distance for long distance inspection requirements. And it is also having a thermal camera, which is able to do thermal images. And you can actually see the RGB images and the thermal images on the same screen of the flight display. Some of the safety and reliability features, because that's what the prime. So we have been having drones The additional features, what is making DJI M300 most safe and most reliable, is that it has got 6 directional sensing and positioning, visual and time of flight sensors on all 6 of the aircraft. It has got a 40-meter maximum detection range for obstacle avoidance. Aircraft sensing behavior can be customized. Anti-collision beacons, auxiliary lights. Ingress protection is IP45 for the aircraft and IP44 for the camera. One of the main features what you would have in terms of long corridor pipeline inspection is that you have a facility to add 2 controllers, which can have a pilot and a co-pilot. So you can have one of the pilots at the takeoff and one at the landing area, which can help you to cover maximum distance. This is the in-flight display on the controller, which will give you the parameters, what is being displayed to the pilot. You will have horizon and flight path vector. You have FPV camera. You have a speed indicator, wind speed and wind direction. You also have a map, an offline map, and a real-time FPV view from the payload. You are able to see vertical speed and altitude, and an obstacle indicator in terms of any obstacle avoidance. I will try to take you through a video which will give you some more information on how inspection is done using an M300.
In this video, we will introduce how to use the Matrice 300RTK to perform smart inspection. When used with Zenmuse H20 series camera, Matrice 300RTK can provide powerful smart inspection, AI spot check, and high-res grid shooting functions to meet the daily needs inspection industry. Open DJI Pilot app. Tap Mission Flight. Select Create a Route. Waypoint. Set waypoints. To plan or set waypoints on the map, select Create a Route. Waypoint. Set POI. Fly the aircraft manually to the target place. Press the shortcut button on the RC to set the current location to a waypoint. Each waypoint supports functions such as camera zoom, photo taking, and video recording. Aircraft flight actions can also be added to the waypoints. Land the aircraft. Tap Next. Edit flight routes. Add aircraft and camera functions. And tap to upload flight routes. After successful upload, tap Start Action, and the aircraft will automatically perform all preset flight route tasks. Select Create a Route. Waypoint. Set POI. Manually fly the aircraft to the target place. And use Zenmuse H20 or H20T to take photos. After this, the app will automatically create a waypoint and record the actions. Land the aircraft. Tap Next. Tap Start Drag Select to select the target object in the photo. When performing the same flight route task, the aircraft will perform an AI spot check to the object. Tap to save. Tap to upload flight routes. After this, tap Start Action, and the aircraft will automatically perform all preset flight route tasks. Tap Menu on the right side of the screen. Select High-Res Grid. And a rectangle shooting box will appear in the wide-angle camera view. Tap to select a subject. Drag the box to a proper place and zoom to adjust its size. The camera will calculate how many photos need to be taken according to the zoom. Tap the shutter button and start auto shooting. After this, a pop-up window appears in the app. Tap View Results, and the camera will automatically compose a wide-angle photo. Tap each box of the photo to view super res details of this part. Thank you for watching.
thanks for. I hope that video has given you some insight on how things happen on the site for inspections. So the obstacle avoidance tool is actually a great tool for inspections in terms of the environment. What you see, this is the in-flight display. And there's the maximum detection range of 40 meters. You also have an offline mission design in 3D model, automatic inspection flight, AI target aiming, mission management, and monitoring. So we can give you centimeter level of positional accuracy in terms of M300RTK because it has got a built-in RTK antenna, which replaces all the compass data into the local datum. So you can have it local coordinate system or a country specific coordinate system. You can use the corrections from the DRTK base station and it will correct the metadata, which after processing will give you a centimeter level of accuracy on positions. You can do a real-time defect checks during inspection in terms of any asset. It can be a flash tag, it can be power line. So you can zoom as much as you like to see the asset defect, and also you can do recording for annotations. For each suspect defects are found, it can be obtained from a quick distance, and you can measure the range using a laser range finder. The flight endurance is one of the key features. What would happen in terms of long assets and corridor? It's for 55 minutes is the maximum flight time, which is actually increased from 140% from the previous versions. You can reach up to 30 kilometer, which helps you to improve the inspection efficiency in the scene. Real-time measurements by laser rangefinder. So you're able to measure an object up to 1.2 kilometers away and can obtain the lat-long information of the specific object. It can be recorded for accurate inspections. Advanced dual control. This was already mentioned earlier. So you can have a long inspection project for 16 kilometers and you have a short time to do the project. So in terms of that, you can have two controllers taking control of the drone at the midpoint or at the takeoff and the land point, and you can decide how to plan your missions to have it done better, effectively, and faster. You can also capture high-res grid picture. So in terms of any defects, you're able to capture a set of 20 megapixel images of the specific area that can be stored together with an overview image that can be viewed in greater detail. Smart Track, it is able to track the asset once you actually have the crosshair tagged to it for optimal viewing and for multi-angle inspection without a blind spot. So it's a one-person operation. We can help you to do target tracking and it can be photographed from different angles. A hybrid sensor, as I showed you, the camera is H20T. It's a quad sensor. It's got 4 basic sensors, it makes it a hybrid sensor compared to other payloads. You're able to do multitasking. You're able to view the asset on wide zoom and thermal at the same time. Automated inspections by mission planning. I will definitely show you on the environment as we progress. This is basically once you've done a waypoint planning on the specific model, you can also import the KML file and do the site automated inspections based on the KML. Repeat shoots. It can be achieved by automatic inspection in a playback, which can select the region of interest and verify and correct shooting results with an AI capability on the drone. So route planning, which can be done through DJI Terra software, which is an environment for aerial image processing, for 3D modeling, and for reconstruction data outputs. You're able to generate high accurate 3D models. You're able to generate orthomosaic maps, point cloud, and contours and different formats, which is required for the industry for reconstruction and engineering design purpose. The use cases, some of the use cases for facility inspection by M300 and H20, you can use it for tank inspections, for valve, for thermal inspections, flare and cooling tower inspections, and also to make a digital data or a digital model of the plant itself for preservation purpose. Yeah. A substation, automated inspection of substation. You're able to take both images on the visual and the thermal as required to get the defect identified, and you can make the anomalies identification. Power line, you have an automatic inspection of power line, which will give you the actual asset on a 3D model, and also you can have different individual images on oblique mission. A brief on DJ Terra, which is the software which we are promoting for 3D modeling and reconstruction and for processing and for detail inspections. So you're able to do real-time 2D mapping, agriculture applications, KML file import, 2D reconstruction, coordinate system management, image point of import, multi-GPU constructions, 3D reconstruction, mission planning, point cloud rendering. And also it has got an electricity module that will help you to do detailed inspection of the electricity assets. The modeling efficiency compared to other platforms in the industry, DJ Terra stands 5 to 10 times more than the mainstream software. Efficiency is far superior in terms of the quality of 3D models, and it's much more simple and agile. You can also use for doing construction of transmission lines. Once it is completed, and distribution lines, you're able to do a high precision point cloud data for maintenance and operation purpose. And you can also you can classify the rest of the assets, and only you can take a grid space to avoid vegetations and to program the inspection of the sand table. This is a user case for station modeling and automatic inspection. So you can see from the different payloads, a different type of image representation for reporting and for to make you give you a better feel of the workflow of modeling. So you need to have a drone with an application, a third-party app or a DJ Terra to have the site captured. After the site is captured, you need to import the aerial images into PC software like DJ Terra, which is what is the best modeling software. You can do asset modeling, you can do in cloud as well as in 3D. You can export the model into a third-party software for the rest of the purpose in terms of Revit or MicroStation or any of the other applications what you're running. You can import the .obj and LAS files, and you can definitely understand the basic measurement, and it can also do asset measurements automatically. Some of the additional platforms what we can add to make your inspections look better. So one of the platforms what we have is for asset 3D modeling, inspection analysis, and reporting, including the trend monitoring, which can give you digital twins. You're able to do faster. It's an intuitive software to manage and use digital twins. It has got remote access to entire asset portfolios. You have tools to support your decision making. It can collaborate with stakeholders in real time. So I will take you through a live platform here to give you a feel of the platform and to see the workflow of what is happening on that. So let's take one of the assets, what is there as a set to show you what is achievable on this screen. So once you have processed your model in DJ Terra, you can also export that into engineering purposes. This platform is basically is going to do inspection analysis, and also you can do reporting for any of the severities, whatever you feel. So this is a point cloud, what is generated on the background from the platform called TrendSpec. This is a reservoir BAM. So if you give few seconds, it will populate the high density point cloud, and you're able to see close asset. You're able to see this all depends on the collateral, the oblique imagery, whatever we take, and the type of flight planning, and you're able to play around with the model. And also, if you want to do an asset annotation, so you can right click, you will see what are the images which has been taken on this particular area, and you can make annotations very easily. You can make an annotation card, and you can also generate reports. There's also analysis tools. You can analysis tools in terms of clipping plane, relative plane. You also have an inspection report as a PDF. You're able to do trend tools. So if you want to compare synced on a specific asset, what has been inspected on January 29 across 5th September. So you're able to see it on both the screens, and you're able to see what are the position data of each of the places on this is a both point cloud environment. So you're able to do annotations on the point cloud, and you're able to inspect on the images and make annotations and export it into a report which can be submitted for your inspection analysis. Also, we have a platform where we have inspection analysis, reporting, and with expert analysis from external AI and as well as external experts. So I would like to take you through this platform, which you can import the images from DJI M300. So I will take you through a solar inspection plant. So basically you have all the images, what is captured by the drone, or all the photographs which is processed and which is georeferenced on specific thing. And you are able to make annotations here. So you can select, you can check this annotation type, you can select a solar, you can specify what is the spot you have selected, and then you can mention the severity, what is the remedy action, comments, and you can create an annotation. And you're able to also inspect, make these reports in an inspection report in PDF. It doesn't generate point cloud on the background. So these are direct analysis tools on the images directly. So you're able to see the library of images, whatever you have taken on site by the drones. So you also have a thermal image. So this is a couple of platforms which we are able to give you in terms of the analysis tools with the drone, and also we can provide you training and support. So you're able to do an analysis and inspection for flare stacks, storage tanks, pipelines, concrete, telephone towers, power line, plant environment, crane. So there is a complete solution for you: a drone payload, an analysis software, and a 3D modeling software. Now, some of the inspection packages which we have made based on some industry requirement is one is basically if you want to do inspection for visual, that's only RGB camera, and you wanted to have a 2-hour flight time. So this is kind of a package which we can provide you. So we provide you the drone plus the payload, the warranty and the support, plus ARPAS training for your people for 3 days and certification. Plus you can combine an aerial image processing software and inspection services. The inspection services would be based on the number of assets, what you plan to do on a month, on a yearly basis, and what are the type of assets. So we can have some sort of planning or some sort of estimate from you so that we can price it, and what is the best platform, what is the best subscription services we can offer you. In terms of if you want to have visual and thermal, so again the same, what we can offer you, we have H20 camera which is capable of doing both visual and thermal. plus the training and certification to get your personnel as an unmanned pilot, plus training on aerial imaging and 3D model software and inspection services. So these are the type of packages which, if you see the arrow going from, so this is going towards in terms of technical, in terms of cost, both. So these are different type of packages which we have prepared for this region. I mean, in terms of promoting to clients to make it more easy based on their requirement, is to start with visual, it's a basic package for visual inspection, which is without any platforms, any processing. Probably you have already existing 3D modeling platforms. You can still use that to do image processing. If you want to do analysis, then it goes to analysis. If you want to do a modeling, if you want to do modeling and analysis on a visual side, it's if you want modeling, visualization, and analysis, then it's an advanced. And the ultimate is that you want to have modeling, visual inspection, and analysis by your inspectors. Plus, if you need an external expert to do analysis on your images, that is also something which we can provide. So we are able to give you tailored packages for all your drone inspection requirements, combined with localized training and support. That's end of the webinar, and I hope we have been able to cover the subject, whatever was in our agenda. And if there's any questions, please feel free to write it on the questions tab, and let's have a look. If anybody wants to contact me, I have put my contact details here in terms of any inquiry for inspection packages, in terms of hardware, software, or any sort of training. Please reach out to me by email or by mobile number. I will be happy to respond to you immediately.